I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Don't Tell Mama. At this time, please take a moment and silence all electronic and noise-making devices that may interrupt this evening's performance. Also, please note that the taking of flash photography is prohibited. Thank you, and enjoy the show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Don't Tell Mama is proud to present It's Just a Number. Please welcome your host, Bobbie Horowitz.
Thank you, and that's Matthew Martin Ward at the piano. And the longer I live, and I keep living longer and longer, thank you, that it really is just a number. It really is. And I feel better now than I did when I was 25. And we have people in the room of all ages, and all the ages are good. And what I do is honor someone, a group of people perhaps, who are what we call in the higher age range, and are out there really doing great work. And then our performers are all different ages, and they're performing in the honor of those people. And I am so thrilled to bring this first woman up on the stage. I met her not that many years ago, and I met her up in Norwalk, at the Norwalk Unity, where Sean Moninger is the minister, and David Friedman runs the music, and I'm very friendly with David, and he said, you've got to hear this Christina Connors. Now, I not only heard her, she was beautiful, and she's a wonderful massage therapist. She really is. She does that too, and she sings up at Unity, and she's singing a song that I wrote, which really moves me. That's why I write them. And it was a song that we wrote we started it the night after the World Trade Center disaster. And we have a feeling that America is in an odd spot right now, and that perhaps this song should come back. I wrote it with my former writing partner, Spector. We were Horowitz and Spector, and also with wonderful Malcolm Dodds, who was a wonderful person and helped the Black community. So, Christina Connors. You'll see her when she gets... Oh yeah, you'll see her when she gets... Thank you, darling. Singing together, America.
Let's walk together and talk together, together. We can work it out. Let's grow together, 'cause I know together, together, we can work it out. Together, America, like the sun or sun above. Together, with love. Let's share together and pair together, together, America. That's what it's all about. Together we can work it out. strong. Together, America, we're all for one and one for all. One voice together, rejoice together, together, America, we'll never have a doubt. Together, we can work it out. We can work it out. We can work it
Thank you, Christina. Yes, is there anything coming up for you?
Well, Kenneth Gartman and I, you'll see him a little later, we're performing in a holiday show in Norwalk called The Most Wonderful Time of Year at the beautiful new Premier Magnolia Room, cabaret style New York, in Nora, Connecticut. So if you're in Connecticut, come check us out. It's beautiful.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you so much for singing. And, well, then she said what I needed to say when I called up Kenneth Gartman to the stage. I also met Kenneth up at Unity in Norwalk. And he's the musical director there, so he was playing the piano for everybody else. But now Kenneth is going to be having Matthew play the piano for him as he sings my favorite love song, which is called My Favorite Love Song. And he did open the Magnolia Room, and it is just such a beautiful space, and you do a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was inspired. Anita Gillette inspired me to do this number, and I took a few liberties with the lyrics. May Carol Bayer Sager forgive me. After all the tears I cried, you'd think I would give up on love, get off that line. But baby, I'm gonna get it right this time. I was there when passion turned to pain, and sunshine turned to rainy days. Yet here I am, ready to begin once again. All my life I've been a dreamer, dreaming dreams that never quite came true. But I still believe in love, and love believing that I can make my dreams come true. Here, happy with who I am, I'm opening up my heart again. I know I'll find the answers within. All my life I've been a dreamer, dreaming things that never did come true. But I still believe in love, and love believing that I can make my dreams. Yes, I can make my dreams, and I will make my dreams come true. I will make my dreams in my life. I am I'll keep on dreaming, because I still believe in love. I still believe in love. I believe in me. I still believe in love. I believe in love.
Thank you so much. You know, when I think of music, and I would love to see the whole population of the city coming into the small clubs that we have in New York, where people are still singing songs like that and singing like that. Because not that one era is better than another, but the American songbook and what can happen, I really think can heal the world. Because it pulls people together, and I know how I felt when Kenneth was singing that. Thank you so much, Kenneth. And I am very thrilled to have a young lady who is going to come up to the stage that I never had a daughter, so I call her my baby. And she calls me her cabaret mommy. And she is one amazing lady. Not only can she sing well, she is the videographer. She's going to have to leave a little early, so she has a friend videographer that's going to take over and do that. She takes pictures. She does all kinds of things. She is just such a talented human being, and I'm just so honored to know her and to love her. And oh, wait a minute, didn't you win an award? I have this. Yes. Oh, you're the 2018 MAC nominated Best MC, because she also has Spotlight on You, which is an open mic series that she runs at 53 Above, and it just so happens that I'm going to be there tomorrow night. So I suggest everybody come on over tomorrow night to 53 Above. Let's see, anything else I should say? Yeah, that's it. And there is my baby, Natasha Castillo. And she's gorgeous. There you are.
You know, Bobbie always says that I've been kidnapped, but I'm very willingly kidnapped. There's no kidnapping at all.
Yeah, I kidnap.
It's my honor to sing one of the songs that's written by the wonderful Bobbie Horowitz, and it seems fit for the holiday season. As I write this letter, all I see is you, waiting for my kiss on Christmas. No words could sound better than I love you too. Lots of love from me to you. The only wish that's on my Christmas list is that I spend this Christmas Eve with you. When I come home for the holidays, make my wish come true. Lots of love from me to you. Let's stay at home this year on Christmas Eve. We'll light a fire and trim a tree for two. Under a ceiling of mistletoe, nothing is taboo. Lots of love from me to you. As I write this letter, All I see is you, waiting for my kiss on Christmas. No words could sound better than I love you too. Lots of love from me to you. Let's stay at home this year on Christmas Eve. We'll dim the lights as I propose to you, and we'll remember this Christmas Eve when you say I do. Lots of love from me to you. Lots of love from me to you. I love you, Bobbie.
Thank you so much, Natasha. She really is amazing, and she's all over everywhere, videoing and then performing and running and doing, and I guess that's how she keeps so in shape. It's so lovely. Now, I am going to introduce you to a fellow who is not my kidnapped child. I didn't kidnap him. I gave birth to him. And he is just such a joy to have in my life. And he's a lot like his mother. I mean, he graduated first from Cornell in law school. And I graduated first from Cornell in the ILR school as an undergraduate. And then, of course, I went into performing. And, of course, he has a theater troupe. And he has an incredible theater troupe called The Love Show. I don't know if anyone has heard of them. It's basically a dance troupe, and he also does a lot of work with Theater for the New City and other theaters around town. But they've won a lot of awards, and they really are quite wonderful. And now, he also told me he found this song that he just loves. And I don't know if he knew what a fan I was of this writer when I was growing up, and all my friends knew it. David Sloan with I'm Spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica.
Yes, I mean, it's an honor to be here celebrating these wonderful women. And yeah, I thought, given the holy time of year, it would be right to do a sacred tune of my people. So, please. I'm spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica, wearing sandals, lighting candles by the sea. I spent Shavuos in East St. Louis, a charming spot, but clearly not the spot for me. These eastern winters I can't endure 'em, so every year I pack my gear and come out here till Purim. Rosh Hashanah I spent in Arizona, Yom Kippur way down in Mississippi. But in December there's just one place for me. Amid the California flora, I'll be lighting my menorah like a baby in its cradle. I'll be playing with my dreidel. Here's a Judas Maccabeus, if he could only see us spending Hanukkah in Santa Monica by the sea. Thank you very much. If one while I was singing that, you were thinking, what would that number be like if there were a bevy of bathing suit clad showgirls behind me? You can find that out this coming Wednesday night, 7 p.m. at the Slipper Room. We're doing a little show we call the Corn Mow and Love Show Holiday Show. It rolls off the tongue. And so we would love to see you all there. The Slipper Room. It's on the corner of Orchard and Stanton. And we'd love to see you. And again, congratulations to all of you, and also to all of you just for being here. I give you Bobbie Horowitz.
Thank you, Castillo. I am one lucky lady. And then my son goes and picks out a Tom Lehrer song. I couldn't believe it. I just love Tom Lehrer. And I love him. And he is so helpful. I couldn't be doing any of this without him because I absolutely could look at a computer and my eyes would cross. And he taught me the whole thing. So thank you. And now I'm introducing a woman who was an honoree. I had honored her, and I think you may know Renee Katz-Packer. And she's singing a medley of two of my favorite songs. And she has overcome major physical challenges. And she's getting a lot of attention now as a great performer. She's out and back on stage. And she's been directed by Peter Schlosser, and he's the man who's directed Sidney Meyer, who I think you all know Sidney Meyer. And I'd like to bring Renee Katz-Packer. And there she is. Oh, welcome, sweetheart. Do you have anything coming up now?
I do. I have a show on Sunday called Winter Awakenings, and I'm singing in the Winter Rhythm series in the Songs of Hope on the last night, on the 22nd. So
Wonderful. I'll be
I'm
there.
excited to do that.
Wonderful.
And I'm excited to be here with you. Oh, Urban Stages. And my show on Sunday is right here, right in this spot.
And here is the...
Everything's good.
You can use that one. Is that all right?
Oh, yeah, totally. Okay. I decided to do this timeless classic for 3 timeless cabaret legends and theater legends, and thank you all for having me here. Thank you so much. Do you believe in charms and spells, in mystic words and magic wands and wishing wells? Don't look so wise, don't show your scorn. Watch yourself, I warn you. Hide your heart from sight, lock your dreams at night. It could happen to you. Don't count stars or you might stumble. Someone drops a sigh and down you tumble. Keep an eye on spring, run when church bells ring. It could happen to you. All I did was wonder how your arms would be. And it happened to me. The night is like a lovely tune. Beware, my foolish heart. How
as this, for they both give the very same sensation when you're lost in the magic of a kiss. His lips are much too close to mine. Beware my foolish heart, but should our eager lips combine, then let the fire start. For this time it isn't fascination or a dream that will fade and fall apart. It's love, this time it's love, my foolish heart. Keep an eye on spring run when church bells ring. It could happen to you. All I did was wonder how your arms would be, and it happened to me.
Thank you, everyone. Where the word bravo came from. Oh boy, I get thrown by music. I hear it and I go, there I am, away. Yeah, if music be the food of love, play on. And I think it's the one thing that every language, every person, wherever they are on the planet, could relate to and understand. And I'm so glad to be part of it. It really makes me very happy, and I love seeing you here too. The wonderful people, the talent in this room. My God. We have a performer that I really didn't know until fairly recently, and as I learn more and more about her, I totally get blown away. Her name is Andrea Bell Wolfe. Do many of you know? Yeah, you do know her, of course. And Matthew Martin Ward is going to be playing for her because her musical director could not get here tonight. He got caught up in another, in traffic and stuff, so he called. And Matthew Martin Ward will take over like he does. He's amazing. Now, Andrea's resume begins with her joining the cast of the national tour of Hello Dolly with none other than Carol Channing. She was plucked from the professional children's school at 16 years old. And a couple of shows she was in The Imaginary Invalid and Ruby Dee's Grease opposite Andrea McCarnell. I could go on and on and on. And we could be here all night with her resume. It really is amazing. Andrea Bell Wolfe. Wonderful. Do you want to use that one or this one?
I guess so. It doesn't really make any difference.
Okay.
I apologize. My musical director is not here, but I'm very lucky to have Matthew Martin Ward, who has played for me in the past, and we were trying to think of a song that I hope I remember the lyrics. I'm not quite sure I will, but before we do this, get this over here. Okay. So first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to Sondra and Anita and Lynne. So I have a little story to tell you before I sing. So many years ago, just a few years ago, I turned on the TV and I saw Peter Pan was on. And then across the stage comes this incredible bundle of energy, and she's dancing and she's singing, and I go, oh, she's little, like me. And oh, she dances. I dance. And she's got this long blonde hair, which I could make happen. And I said, I want to be her. So years go by, and I get called in to replace Alice Playton in Hello Darling on Broadway, and as Ermengarde. And as I'm going in for rehearsal, out comes this amazing blonde woman with, I think you had 3 little Yorkshire Terriers. And I was like, oh my God, it's her. And I'm like, I want to be her. So, time gets crazy, and a couple of months later, after Sondra had left, I was asked to take over the role of Minnie Fay on Broadway. And then I went out on the road with it. And when I was out on the road, I really got really good reviews. But you know why? Because I copied everything that Sondra Lee did in her performance on Broadway. So, listen, Sondra, I'll never be you. I couldn't be as good as you, but thank you. So, great, so let's see if we can make this song work. If I mess it up, I'm sorry. Good morning, heartache. You old gloomy sight. Good morning, heartache. But we said goodbye last night. I tossed and turned until it seemed you were gone. But here you are with the dawn. Wish I could get you, but you're here to stay. It seems I met you when my love went away. Now I find myself saying to you, good morning, heartache, what's new? Stop haunting me now. Can't shake you, no how. Just leave me alone. I've got those Sunday blues, straight through Monday blues. Good morning, heartache. Well, here we go again. Good morning, heartache. It was you who knew me when. Guess I'll just get used to you hanging around. Good morning, heartache. Sit down. Thank you. Matthew Martin Ward. Thank you, Bobbie.
It's not incredible. I can feel Edith Craig up there going, she did it good, she did it real good. And I love the Drakes. I mean, they were really good friends. And when you get up and sing that song, it is just so beautiful. And I didn't mention before that she did work on your father's mustache, and that ended her on the Ed Sullivan Show. And then she was a regular on the Donnie and Marie show. So you've had a wonderful career, and I'm so thrilled to have had you here. And now, I'm going to, I want to let everyone know that Rita Gardner, her husband, called. He was going to bring her no matter what, but she couldn't be here tonight, so she apologizes, and we apologize that she couldn't be here tonight. And we love her. We love you, Rita. Now I'm going to pull up 2 chairs because I'm going to be talking to a wonderful woman. All right, I'll do the very tall one.
Oh, you're right.
In fact, why don't you sit on this one? I think that makes sense.
That's the only direction I'll take. I think you dropped it.
Okay, I don't know how to get this up.
All you have to do is do this.
Oh! There you go. All right, you take that one, I'll take that. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's wonderful about cabaret. If you can't have it all mapped out like you do in a movie. Gotcha. And I want to bring some notes just so I don't forget things.
That's all right. I'll never stop talking.
You can start.
Yes, I'd like to just start.
Great.
Okay, I'll tell you why. I know you have things you want to ask me, but when I was sitting there, you know, I came sort of snotty, you know, like, this isn't really a theater. You know, but that's not really true. And what I want to say, for the people who have just sung and spoken, and you too, I've seen this woman many times at cabaret, and I wondered what she did. You know, I really did. I didn't know whether she was a stand-up or a singer, and you know what? She's all of them. You know, she really,
I never thought of myself as a comedian, as a stand-up. Thank you.
So I was just hanging out, I think it was after a show that I did with KT and Jeff, and she came up and just said, you know, would you do a thing with me? I said, sure. And she said, I mean, like, I'd like to honor you. I said, what? I said, sure. And then she said the date, I think was December 13th, and I forgot about it. I said, sure. And then she called about 2 days ago and said, well, I think it's okay. And I said, oh my God, I really did say yes. And so anyway, I came tonight, and I was sitting there, and I began to shake, because I didn't know who I was. You know, I only do what I do, you know. And then I saw all of you who came up and performed, and I have to tell you that it's a very humbling experience. It's a humbling experience to be here and to be with someone whose theme, I believe, is about age.
Well, the theme is that every age has its pros and its cons. I mean, would I really want to be in second grade again? Wondering, you know, good God, what did I do? And, oh my God, I have to go to the bathroom. Blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I mean, each age has its things to deal with, and we live on Earth.
Yeah, but I never really think about it. I only think of what I want to do next.
And you can tell that by what your life has been.
And I don't want to add a sad note, but it's something that means something to me. And that is, I opened the New York Times yesterday, and one of the great actors, performers, was Alvin Epstein. And he would be very happy to know that you remember him.
Yes.
He was an extraordinary person, and one of the great people that I've ever worked with, was Alvin. He was extraordinary, and he was very happy for us to just honor him tonight. So thank you.
When I read, to find out more about Sondra.
I'm going to tell the truth.
Yeah, about what you've done. It shows that you say, I don't know who I am, I just know what I do. Because what I realize now is who we are is what we're doing.
And it's because you do what you love.
What you love.
To do. Everyone here, it doesn't matter where you do it. I mean, just do it. And that was what was so humbling to me, sitting there, watching these people sing and play and talk about themselves because they love what they do. And it's just an amazing gift that we have. We can do what we love to do.
I read that in 1947, you were discovered by Jerome Robbins.
Yeah.
And he put you in high button shoes on Broadway, and you were 17 years old, which she's even older than me, but you want to know something? I saw it.
I know.
I was one of those blessed, now I'm going to start crying. I was one of the blessed children whose parents took me to theater when I was very young. My father was I think people know this, some of you, the Labor Relations Counsel to the Hotel Association in New York. So he got me into all the cabaret clubs when I was very young. And a lot of those people own pieces of theater. In fact, there's a gentleman in the room tonight that I knew when he was 6 years old. And it's Michael Colby and his, and the Algonquin Kid, and it was that age, and there was such wonderful work going on, and you were like always top of the chalk.
Yeah.
Always, and I never heard a bad word said about you. And I have to look at this. Well, you were the original Tiger Lily in Peter Pan on Broadway. I saw you in that too. I have to do this because I want to remember all of the things, but there are so many with Sondra Lee that it can get. It's like, oh my God, you only lived 80-something years. How did you get all that done? And okay. What was it like? I was thinking, being as famous as you were in your 20s.
I've never thought about it. Ever.
Yeah.
I don't think you do what you do. You don't. The thing is, I don't know. I just don't think about it in terms of being well known or even now. There are people I meet in the supermarket and they'll say, Tiger Lily. And I have to tell you that I get fan mail from people who saw me in Peter Pan and their children saw me in Peter Pan and their children see me in Peter Pan. It's an amazing thing, but I don't think about fame. Really,
and that's probably part of the success, because you're thinking about what you're doing, the characters, how to make it work, how to get people excited, rather than the fame of it.
Oh, I have to tell you, though, that a very good friend of mine, who I was in a play with, if you will mention it, I'm sure, but she's an antidote for a million divas. And her name is Angela Lansbury. To this day, we did Hotel Paradiso together with Bert Lahr, and I have to tell you that we speak at least once or twice a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was like an idol of mine.
Oh, she is
when I was younger.
Idol of anybody who knows her.
Oh, yeah.
She's a great actress and a great human being and a great mom. She's just a great person and one of the great artists of all time.
Yeah. And looking at in your 20s, you were in Sunday in New York. Well, yes, hello, Dolly.
Sunday in New York with Robert Redford. That was his second
That's right.
show. Yeah.
And
oh my
God.
We're still good friends.
Yeah. And of course, hello, Dolly. And I don't know why Richard Skipper isn't here.
Really?
And it looks, you've really been
But he does the
performing.
best carol chanting of anybody.
Yes.
But let me tell you something. He doesn't have to do carol chanting. He is one of the most gifted singers. He's a wonderful organizer.
Yeah.
He loves what he does. I think that's great.
Yeah. I do.
Isn't it, Carol?
I do. And about how many Broadway shows do you think you were in? Do you know?
I don't count.
And yeah.
I really don't.
And how many? And you also directed and choreographed, right?
No, I've never really choreographed.
Ah.
Well, I mean, I stage things,
Yeah.
but I don't. No, I just went from ballet companies, from Broadway to ballet companies, Ballets USA with Jerry. You know what? To be in the theater or to be in classic, the classic ballet world or the opera world, I've done them all. And it allows you to walk the roads with kings and beggars. And that is the privilege of being able to perform all through the world in a very different manner.
What a wonderful way to put it. That should be written out. That's a wonderful way to state it. It really is. And I saw that you brought Norman Randall's wife to London.
Yeah, I've been a member of the Actors Studio for many, many, many years. I was one of the original members of the Actors Studio. And I knew Norman. He was in the Playwright Directors Unit.
Yeah.
And his wife, Norris Church Mailer, began to write plays. A beautiful woman. I mean, so fucking gorgeous you wouldn't believe it. And she gave me this play and said, I'd like you to direct it.
Wow.
And I did. I directed it at the Actors Studio with an incredible cast. And then I got an opportunity to do it in London. And I said, okay.
How wonderful.
We'll take it to London. And it was after she had passed.
Oh.
She had passed, yeah. She was a remarkable person, as Norman Mailer was. I mean, so many of these people are gone. So enjoy them while they're still here.
Yeah, I was blessed. I was not in the theater for a while when I got out of school. I was doing labor relations, and then I don't know what got me into this to study with Stella Adler.
Stella
Someone
was my
said
teacher.
you should meet Stella,
And I'll tell you
loved
how I
Stella.
met Stella Adler. I mean, I always knew who she was.
Yeah, I love
but at that time, I was a very serious ballet dancer.
Yeah.
And I met this guy, we'll talk about later, but I said, I want to be an actor. I want to be an actor. And he said, I'll take you to my teacher. My teacher is Stella Adler. And that was Marlon Brando.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I was going to say that you also are a teacher. And you have a couple of pupils that I think some people may have heard. Like Jane Fonda, Dustin Hoffman, Cyndi Lauper, Joan Jett, Sally Field, and Marlon Brando, and you were very friendly with Marlon Brando. And I met him through Stella too once.
Actually, he was my first lover. There you have it.
Oh wow!
When I knew him, he was actually, I had met him, I was very poor. And I couldn't afford to go to acting school or dancing school or anything. I came from Newark, New Jersey, and my father's a truck driver, and my mother was crazy. And she was crazy. Okay. And anyway, I went to the ballet with my aunt, and I saw Alexandria Danilova in the Ballet de Monte Carlo.
Oh, I saw that too.
Many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And I went backstage and I met Danilova. And I wrote her a letter from Newark, New Jersey. And I said, I think I'm in a local dancing school, but I don't think I belong here. She wrote me a letter and said, come dance for me. And I got on the train from Newark, New Jersey. They were Ballet of Ruse de Monte Carlo was actually this is in my book, by the way. Every word of it is true, and I didn't think I even told you any of this, but I will. And she said, come dance for me, and I went from Newark, New Jersey on the train by myself to where they were rehearsing, and she said, play. She said to the piano player, and she said, dance for me. Wow. And I don't know. I went in my roller skating skirt and a little blouse and my Eurythmic for acrobatics sandals. And I danced. I don't know how it happened. I danced like a crazy person. And she said, jump in the air and turn for me. I said, okay. Jumped and I turned. She said, now do it twice. I did it twice, a double air tour. And then she said, now do 3. Wow. And I did, and I fell. And she was very quiet, and she said, I send you to dancing school. And she did. Oh, wow. If there's a lesson to be learned, be kind to these little kids that come from nowhere and say, I know I'm right. Please take me, teach me, show me, be kind to me. And I'm one of the lucky ones. And everyone here, learn that lesson if you don't know it. Find some young person who is on fire and help them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. And if I may do this right now, we have a former, my son and I had a not-for-profit where we went into the schools to help the kids, write scenes and things. And one of the people that was in one of the art school who then worked for us in the office is here tonight, Savita Thackerdean. She's brilliant and talented, and I just, you remind me, you bring that up and how important that can be.
Well, not only that, you don't have to be a performer.
Right.
If you love the theater, if you love the arts, then be an agent. Represent somebody that you feel has what you wish you could use. I mean, I don't know quite how to say this, but I'm of an age now that I think I'm much more graceful about aging. And you want to know something? It's a privilege. It really is. And I know that my friend Willa Kim, who's passed, who was one of the great designers for the theater, we used to get on the subway, and we both, when people offered us a seat, we thought it was because we were very well dressed. It wasn't. We were old.
Yeah, but it's all good. I mean, each age has its plus and minuses, and our bodies don't stay here forever, but I'm not sure our energy does it.
Well, I'm afraid of still a frightening energy.
Yeah,
I am.
Great energy. And, by the way, did you also know that Sondra Lee is an author?
Yes.
And she has a book out, and I got it, and it's
called I
Slept with Everybody.
But you know why? The reason why I came up with the title of that, actually, was because when I started in the theater, people would say, if you want a good agent, if you want a good manager, if you want good representation, you got to get into bed with them. And I didn't quite know what that meant. So I've met everybody, I've worked with everybody, I've been represented by everybody, I've been produced by everybody, I've slept with everybody.
This is not great.
Even great authors, I mean really fancy authors, have said to me, Jesus, I could have called my book that. But you didn't.
Listen, I think we're so lucky to have this woman on earth right now. I really do. I'm so lucky to know you. And I'm not just I mean, this can be. You show people that this can be.
Yes.
It's possible, and that's what's so incredible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Should I get off my stool now?
Can I help you?
Open my book.
Oh, that's not incredible. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
We're lucky to know you both.
No. The woman who's coming on stage now is someone I've known for a bit of time because I used to live right near her and met her, and I was so astounded to meet her because she's so accomplished and she's so talented. And I had no idea what age you were. I really didn't. I did not know. And I'm speaking about Lynne Charnay. Let me get this down here. I'll take it away. I'm not the best, as I said. Okay. Lynne Charnay's resume includes a record of American stage and film. And it's pretty amazing. She's known for the movie Billy Galvin, 1986, starring Cole Malden. And Lynne played Margaret the Bingo Queen. And I loved that movie. And in the TV series 30-something, and that was in 1987, and I was in my 40s then, and Lynne was a bit older than I was then. And I look at you and I talk to you, and it lets me know that we can keep on going. We don't have to stop. And, oh wait, what was I going to say? Oh, Ladies and Germs, right? Remember Ladies and Germs? That was Milton Berle. I think you had done some, did you do some stuff in some of those shows? Oh, I thought you did. And Miss Lynne Charnay, and she is going to sing a song from Carmelina, which I saw by Burton Lane and Alan J. Lerner. And you were in a production of it, weren't you? No? Oh no, but you're going to sing that song, and I love the way you do it. And, oh, by the way, last year, Lynne Charnay was queen of the 111th annual Beaux-Arts Ball, which I did attend.
2 years in a row I was queen.
Yeah.
That's the first time that happened.
That happened, yeah. It was quite amazing. And I went, and it was really amazing to see you honored there. I loved it. Lynne Charnay, would you come up and entertain? Lynne has been in my shows before, but not as an honoree. And she shows you that life can go on. May I give, when you were born, am I allowed? Because some people say don't tell my age, but the people I deal with mainly don't care. It's just the number. It really is. It truly is. And she's in her 90s, and look at her.
Read you something. I don't know where this is. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Matthew. Thank you, thank you. Matthew Martin Ward always helpful.
This is yours, I think.
Very nice.
So I cut out of the R magazine this item. It's very small print. Oh, not so fast. The age which most people say old age starts has risen from 68 in 2009 to 74. Says the reason, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm 93, so those are kids. And now, I've done a lot of things that you didn't mention. I was in John Cander's first musical on Broadway, yes, with Shelley Berman, and Rita Gardner was in it, and Larry Kurt, and a lot of other Broadway shows. Okay, now I'm going to sing a song. I heard Burton Lane. I went to a party. There was this wonderful man, Joseph Macklis. He was a professor, and he wrote a book which was then has been carried in every school in the country, which gave him a lot of money, and he had a lot of so he was very generous. He had 2 apartments, one in which he lived and one in which he entertained, and allowed musicians from all over the country that were going to play at Carnegie or Lincoln Center or something to stay there. But he would have a soiree the night before their performance, and I heard Burton Lane sing this song, and I just loved it. And then he gave it to me, and he and his wife, Lynne. She's Lynne without an E, I'm Lynne with an E. I'm very fussy about that E. I have friends that greet me with, hello Lynne, or hello Lynne with an E, so that I know that they know there's an E there. But this Lynne Lane, Burton Lane's wife. So, okay. We're going to sing a song, Burton Lane's. I never did a Burton Lane show. I was Jerry Herman. I was a Jerry Herman protege. And he was doing a show. He wanted me to be in it, but was starting in California, coming to New York, across the country. I couldn't leave my husband for all that time, so I turned it down. Then it came to New York, and this wonderful woman named Grace Keegi, who was in it, was asked to be in Carmelina. So she left. And so I'm very grateful to Burton Lane for writing Carmelina. He shook Grace Keegi out of the grand tour. And Jerry Herman called me and he said, well, could you come into it now? And so it was at the Palace Theater. I tell my son that he should put on my tombstone, she played the Palace. This song is from a show I was not in, Carmelina. Okay, so we're going to try to do that. Okay. That old April longing, no, excuse me, that old April yearning once more is returning, and I have a longing to wander. The leaves may be falling, but April is calling, and the primroses beckon me yonder. For one more walk around the garden, one more stroll along the shore, one more memory I can dream upon, until I dream no more. For one more time, perhaps the dawn will wait, and one more prayer, it's not too late, to gather one more rose before I say goodbye and close the garden gate. That old urge is saying it's time to go straying, when no one but April can find me, to try and recover the heart of a lover that I left somewhere lying behind me. Just one more walk around the garden, one more stroll along the shore, one more memory I can dream upon till I dream no more. Just one more time, perhaps the dawn will wait, and one more prayer, it's not too late, to gather one more rose before I say goodbye and close the garden gate. One more rose before I close the garden gate. Matthew is Matthew, right? We just met tonight. I think he's so wonderful.
I'll use this one. And now we're coming to our finale. And I didn't know exactly what was going to happen in this show. It was one of these things where I just knew that these were people that I want the world to know about, because I think these people can make other people in the world say, hey, wait a minute. I don't have to go into the closet and kill, it's all good. It's all good. And our finale is a woman who I have been in love with seeing on stage and in places I can't remember how long. And then to meet her and to know her myself was amazing. And that's Anita Gillette. I mean, her resume bio, it's amazing that she ever sleeps. And she smiles all the time. And she's had I've learned some, harder happenings in her life, but that doesn't seem to affect her. So it can show that you can get through them, and that you can, through love and being a human being and knowing you're going to live and loving what you do, like you love this performing, and I see your face lights up. You always look happy. I've never not seen you look happy. And I got a phone call from a lady that everyone in Cabaret knows. And Marianne Lapinto said, I see that you're going to have Anita Gillette in your show. Might I come up? I love her. I just love her. And I would love to be able to ask her a few things and talk about her life. And I allowed Marianne Lapinto to do that. And Anita is gracious enough to come up and let Marianne talk to her. And I'll find the other. Oh, it's on the. Oh, there it is. The wonderful man is sitting right there. Here we are. Yeah, now it's on. So now we have two. Here you are.
Okay.
There you are. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you talk a bit, and then I'm coming back.
Okay. I get it right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been waiting here since 4:35. I had to go see when Lynne before, but I heard everything you did. And I peed very quickly.
Anyway, you sit on that one, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I really have to do this because when I was on it at the Metropolitan Room, she said all these glorious things about me and what I did for her, but I never got a chance to say how wonderful she was to me and what a good friend.
We've only known each other for, what,
I've known her
60
since the
years?
60s, and so much has happened.
Use the mic, Marianne.
What? I love it,
The
lady,
mic.
so much. I can't sing to her like she sang to me.
Mike.
But anyway.
Use the mic.
All right, okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Now, Anita has such a, this is not working too well. Okay. Anita has such a repertoire of Broadway shows. This is some of them, but this is only Broadway. She did Carnival, All American, Mr. President, Kelly, Jimmy, Guys and Dolls, Don't Drink the Water, Cabaret, They're Playing Our Song, Brighton Memoirs, and for Chapter 2, she was nominated for a Tony.
That was the best part written for a woman ever.
And in 1960, she received the Theatre World Award for her performance in Russell Patterson's Sketchbook.
Yeah, no.
Now, which of these shows?
Well, I have to tell you about Russell Patterson's sketchbook here.
Oh, good.
Russell Patterson drew all these girls, you know, half-naked girls, and he was a wonderful sketch artist. And that was one of my first things, was 1959, I think, 59, 60. And I was one of the, there was a new theater at the time, and I don't know which one it is now, but it was on 42nd Street. It was opened by Irving Maidman, who owned a lot of real estate on 42nd Street. And he and Russell Patterson and his wonderful wife got together, and they put this thing together, and the costumes were a lot of me showed, but I didn't mind it then, you know. I thought, oh my God. And it was really, it only lasted 2 weeks. But then, you know, I got into Gypsy, and when I didn't know at the time was that I was pregnant. But Ethel Merman saved my job. I'll tell you that story in a minute. But the thing is that when they called to tell me I won the Theatre World Award for this little Russell Patterson sketchbook, me with my ass in the air, and they had pictures of me in the Times, and I was, you know, I'm up from Baltimore, you know, I was at the point where you thank your husband for letting you work, you know, that was me, and was I predicate nominated. And so I thought I got this phone call just after I'd had the dry heaves for this morning sickness. I mean, I was sick. And I had to get to work that night. And this guy called me and he said, "Hello, my name is Daniel Blum, and I'm pleased to call you to tell you you've won a Theatre World Award." And I said, "Listen, Buster, I don't know how you got my number. Probably in the phone book you found out an interview, and then you saw that picture of me, but you call me one more time, I'll have my husband get you." Well, I was nasty. And my agent called me and said, "Do you know who you were just talking to?" I said, "Some idiot called me." "What do you mean?" "He saw my ass, and that's why he called me." She said, "Oh no, you won a Theatre World Award." I said, "Oh my God." And when I accepted my award, I said, "I happen to be the most promising person in this." I mean, Warren Beatty won it that year, Patty Duke, Carol, where did Carol? Wait, I can't think. Anyway, so Ethel Merman saved my job, because I didn't, you know, I came in as understudy to Dainty June when Lane Bradbury left, and I was, you know, I have a moo cow, a new cow, a true and I thought it was great to be different kind of. And I used to go down from the 5th floor of the Imperial dressing room, where the big tall girls were on one side of the mirrors and the little short ones like me were on the other side of the mirrors, and the things that happened during the first act you wouldn't believe. But anyway, I mean, Faith Dane was there, the trumpet girl. If you're gonna bump it with a trumpet. She started painting, and her paintings were beautiful. They're wonderful. And she started getting everybody with an easel, and so we were very productive. We did all that, and then I would lie on the equity cot, and these girls with their big titties would be looking at me like this, and they would bet on whether the baby would move, you know? It was amazing. I was lying there like this, and they were all around with their titties looking at me like this. It was amazing. So I learned a lot. I became a redhead during the first act of Gypsy. I went in with my brown hair and came out with red. Those girls decided I should be a redhead. So that's my, and Ethel Merman, when they were going to fire me, because I used to go down and watch her do Rose's Turn every night. Can you imagine having Ethel Merman as your mentor, somebody you could look to? And that was, and so when she heard they were going to fire me, she said, oh, no. The kid stays in the show. I mean, all right. So I guess I had endeared myself to her by then. I mean, because she was even touching my belly. And she was wanting me. And she said, all right. So she doesn't do the splits. She can still do the cartwheels. You can still do the cartwheels, right? Yeah, she can still do the cartwheels. The kid stays in the show. Month I stayed in that show, and I knew I had to get out because when I had one of the little girls used to have to stand in the Minsky's Christmas tree, and we used to have to climb up these steps, and they're little platforms, not a lot bigger than this step, and you had to open a door and go out, and you stood there, and on a given cue you opened your cape like this, and you were standing there with a see-through costume. It was Christmas, so I had little holly berries, here, pasties, and a G-string. But we're so far away, we're up in the tree. But when my holly berries started going east and west, I said, I gotta get out of this show. I gotta get out of this tree. And I got out of the tree. So,
of all the shows you've done on Broadway, which one was your favorite?
Chapter 2. But I had to stop singing. I had to really, literally stop singing because when you were a singer, especially if you were a soprano, Renee, you sound so good. And I used to be all that, stuff, soprano-y, and I still am. But they don't consider you an actor. In those days, now you have to be a triple threat. Jesus, but I always wanted to act, and I thought voices only last so long, and I want to stay doing this. And actors you can be an actor forever. But if your voice goes, then or your legs go, or whatever. So I decided that I wanted to be an actor, and I went down and talked to Joe Papp.
You've done so many shows.
Yeah.
We'd be here all night.
Oh, okay, I better stop.
But is there any role that you haven't done that you really want to do?
Oh, well, I would have always wanted to be Dolly. I thought I would have made a good Dolly. Eddie Buckley got it. Oh, no, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, anyway, I would have loved to. I never have done Dolly. And I would love.
Have you ever done Gypsy?
I've never, I wouldn't.
I mean,
listen,
lead role.
with Merman, are you kidding? That's the image I had. That's the sound I have in my mind. I would never even attempt it.
You could do it. You could do it.
Oh, I don't know. You keep saying that. A lot of people say that. Anyway, we got to get going.
But then Anita, that's not to stop her being in the theater. Anita did TV shows, and you've done a lot of, and you were 4 series. You did Me and the Champ.
Me and the Chimp.
Your co-star.
The worst, voted one of the worst 50 shows ever.
And who got to kill her? You were the Champ. And she
I did Moonstruck, which was great. That was good news. And Shall We Dance with Richard Gere, you know.
Inebriated dancer.
I was the teacher, you know. So, do you want to skip Secret Service?
Because we are going to have to hear Anita
Yeah, but
sing
one more
a
thing, and then it
song.
took us to nice
So sorry.
2012 to do cabaret.
That's what?
To do the
Oh, this kind of
woman
yeah.
cabaret. And then she won not only a MAC award, but a Bistro award.
That's true. I did. On my first outing. Oh, God.
Anyway,
All right.
I love you, Anita.
I love you too, Mary Ann.
Here you are.
Just great. And guess what we're going to get? We're going to get to hear Anita sing. And she's going to sing from a show I saw.
The song everybody knows me from because a lot of my
And I saw her do it.
Good grief. You have to imagine I'm a teenager. The Secret Service makes me nervous. When I am dating, they are waiting to observe us. When I get ready to hold steady for a Castillo plan, the Secret Service makes me nervous, and I can't. They're always spying, no denying. They're always peeping, gumshoe creeping, private eyeing. When I'm beginning to give inning like a maiden, and the Secret Service makes me nervous, and I can't. I've been exposed beyond control, just like a goldfish in a bowl. The president's daughter must drink water. No drink of scotch, she might do what she hadn't ordered. When I'm ignited, so excited that I start to pant, the Secret Service makes me nervous when my lamps are lit. And I say, this is it, the Secret Service makes me nervous, and I can't. The Secret Service makes me nervous. Those White House dicks get all their kicks when they observe us. Just as I wind up, make my mind up not to say I won't. The Secret Service makes me nervous, and I don't. When things look rosy, they get nosy. They'll say there's Tootsie playing footsie, very cozy. My pulse goes higher, I'm on fire, shaking at the knees. The Secret Service makes me nervous, and I freeze. Whatever I may do or say will be reported the next day. When I'm reported, it's distorted. They don't see clearly when I'm nearly being courted. When I'm just necking, simply pecking with a Cary Grant. The Grant was added out of town. They stand behind me to remind me who and what I am. When I don't give a damn, the Secret Service makes me nervous, and I can't.
Can you believe that she didn't just do that for the first time yesterday? I mean, look at you. And it's just a number. And it just proves 82. She's even older than me. And I'll be 79 and it's over. Oh, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Sondra. Thank you, Lynne. All right. Well, it's that time when I say thank yous. I thank everybody who came here tonight. I've got so many calls from people that, oh my God, I wish I could have been there. And there are so many shows going on in this holiday season. So you're all forgiven, and I wish that you could have seen this show, because these are such wonderful people. Thank you, Sondra Lee. Thank you, Lynne Charnay. Thank you, Anita Gillette. I mean, you can make everyone feel like they can just keep going. Thank you, Joe O'Connell, and the lights and sound. Thank you, Natasha, for the videoing the show. And I want to thank Randy, our waitress. Be kind to her when she comes out. And I want to thank and this incredible person at the piano, Matthew Martin Ward. Oh, couldn't do it without him. Thank you. And the gentleman who, and he has a new booking manager helper too. I want to thank Tanya Moberly, who has joined the team. And she also runs Salon, which is going to move to Don't Tell Mama.
Really?
Yeah. And I want to thank the incredible, incredible Sidney Meyer. He gave me my first cabaret booking in the 80s, and here he is. And he's performing all over town, and he is incredible. So thank you, Sidney. And we'll let you know when the next It's Just a Number comes about. But this one will stay in my heart forever. Thank you. Oh, right. Do I have time? Yes. All right. I thought it was getting okay. I will sing the theme song that I wrote. From the day I entered high school, I craved that senior jacket. Through the long, long days of freshman year, I wondered, could I hack it? I looked up to upperclassmen, and it seemed so far away, till I'd finally be a senior and be worshipped every day, and I'd sing never a freshman again. Those who know it, join in. Never a freshman again. Time for easy breathing, I've completed all my teething. Never a freshman again. And then I hit those ivy holes, right, David? Thank God that I got in them. I rushed all the sororities, kept praying that I'd win them. Thank you, SDT. As a sophomore and a junior, I kept waiting for that date when I'd finally be a senior and play till I graduate, and I'd sing never a freshman again. No, never, never a freshman again. No more studying night and day. There'll be time for loving and time for playing. Never a freshman again. For years I kept on working so I could look successful. The joys were great, the pleasures grand, but many days was stressful. I feared that getting on in years would mean that I'd grow old. But I keep getting younger. At least that's what I'm told. I've learned that love is all that counts, especially loving me. And though my cells can all renew, I'm young as I can be. Since my cells can all renew, I think of thoughts like building up instead of breaking down. And now my life's one senior prom, and I get discounts all around town. I'm singing never a freshman again. Join me. Never a freshman again. So come on, boys, I get my way. 'Cause senior year is here to stay. Never a freshman again. I don't mean maybe. Never a freshman again. Thank you, Matthew Martin. Thank you all. You all wonderful. What a wonderful audience. What wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you